Okay, so let's get in position here. Howdy, rock stars. Coach Tom here with Vanna, aka Ashley. So Ashley Dross. So she's one of our competitive powerlifters, and she's actually a world record holder in the deadlift. So if you want to come into the screen, that'd be great. So what we're going to be talking about, I'm really not sure if they can actually see the both of us right now or not. I think they can. Here, you go look. Yeah, we're good, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so she said hi, good. So we're going to be going through proper bar position and the difference between high bar and low bar. First thing is, you'll notice that I actually had a sweater on because nobody's worked out in here yet today, so it's kind of cold. But anyways, we don't want any sort of, you don't want any sort of hood or anything interfering with the bar and the position you have the bar in. Actually, the best thing is usually a roughy kind of t-shirt that grips a little bit more, but we're going to work with what we got here. So we're going to start with high bar. So okay, let's back up. We're going to go slow motion. So come on back out. And the first thing she's going to do, go ahead and do it, is she's landmarking. She's using her thumbs so that she's got a consistent position for both hands. Then you see the thumbs are going over, okay? Regardless of what grip you're going to use, you're going to want to do that. Now she's going to step through, and her hands are going to stay in the same spot. Now, as a training partner, I'm going to make sure that with the same distance, so the bar is evenly placed. This right here is called high bar position. Can you show me low bar? That's low bar. Low bar rests on the rear delt. Go back to high bar. She's like, this is uncomfortable probably. The high bar is just above the scaps. Okay, it's not up here in your neck. It's still in the meaty portion of your traps. But those are the two positions. Now we're going to go ahead and walk out into high bar. So we're going to stand up and walk back. Okay, now here's a couple of things we want to notice. Is that the shoulder blades are brought together, so there's actually an arch throughout the whole back. The next thing is, just a sec, let me make sure it's getting, so you see the arch through the whole back. And the next thing we're going to talk about is go ahead and make sure that your elbows are set under the bar. See how she brings the elbows forward? Here, go ahead. Bring the elbows forward a bit more. There we go. So that's how you actually tighten the lats right there. Okay, you can go ahead and walk the bar back into the rack. Now, almost all powerlifters will use the low bar squat, which we did not see just now, that was the high bar. They'll use the low bar in competition, with the exception of one of the best powerlifters in the world, Eric Lillibridge, who actually uses high bar because he finds he can get more quad drive out of that. But I would recommend that the other 10,000 or so really good powerlifters, most of them use low bar. The reason you want to use low bar is, if you can come forward here, okay, and just turn that way, good. If you think about it, the distance from, I'm going to set this down a little bit more, this is such high quality video production, and hold on a second, good. If you think about it, one of the major things that you're trying to do with a squat is you're generating a lot of force through the hip joint, and then that force is being transferred through the spine to the barbell. The farther that bar is from the hip joint, the more torque you're going to have to create to overcome the weight of the bar. So the lower you can put that bar, the better. Now in powerlifting competitions, there's actually a rule about how low you can put the bar. Okay, it can't be below the rear delts, because otherwise you'd end up, well, I can't imagine how you'd even do that, to be honest. But there's a rule because it does offer competitive advantage. So we definitely do want to use the low bar squat at some point. But the high bar squat has the benefit that it actually works the legs a little bit more. It works the quads a little bit more, and it So it actually makes you, it doesn't make you stronger than the low bar, but it does, you can move away from the freezing fan if you want, but it does accentuate the development of the quads. And is that actually lined up on me at all? Okay, good. It does accentuate the development of the quads, and that's kind of important in the squatting too. So that's kind of why we would use the high bar from time to time. I actually use the high bar a lot because it's easier on the shoulders, and your shoulders can actually get quite sore from holding on to the low bar position. Okay? So now I'm going to show you guys, we're going to show Ashley setting up for a low bar squat. You're cutting the head off? Okay. So apparently it's cutting my head off, but I got a big head anyways. Okay, so now one of the things here, just wait. And Ashley's a pretty experienced lifter, but she doesn't have eyes in the back of her head. So you want to have someone making sure that the bar is actually evenly spaced on the back. Okay? Yeah, walk her out. Okay, and then we're going to see when she sets up, how she brings those elbows forward, flexes the lats, and you want to do a squat. And she just crushes it. And you can't see it, but there's actually 200 pounds on the bar right now. Now, like effortless. No, we're just teasing. There's no weight on the bar. But it's still 45 pounds. Anyways, so that's a low bar squat. That's how you set up for a low bar. Now, a little pro tip for you. If you're thinking, maybe, I don't know, somebody out there has already said this out loud, like Christina, like, why train alone? How am I supposed to make sure? Well, one, you could ask the cute guys at the gym, but they might not know what they're doing. So the other thing you can do is you can take some hockey tape. I don't know what you Americans call it, but we call it hockey tape. Or some electrical tape. Yeah, that's right. That's what it's called. Up here, we use it for hockey more, apparently. Even I don't even like hockey. There, I just alienated all the Americans and the Canadians. Good job, Tom. So the point was that in order to help you landmark, what you can do is you can create, you can just take the tape, wrap it around over and over until it's about 3 or 4 millimeters thick, and when you go under, you'll feel that little thing. It won't be actually pressing too much because it'll actually be in a space where there isn't actually that much contact between the bar and your body, and you'll be able to feel it and feel that it's in the right spot. So there's a little tip there. Anyways, that's high bar and low bar squatting, guys. Hope that helps. Thanks. Have a great day.